What is going on, guys? Dragon Tamer Blade here, back with some more Elder Scrolls Legends, and today we get to bring some of the fun stuff to the channel in anticipation of the release of the Return to Clockwork City expansion for the Elder Scrolls Legends, coming out on November 30th, so we're just about 10 days away. Bethesda was nice enough to allow me to reveal one of the new cards that will be in the expansion, and we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into the card, and then, as we usually do, we will go through some cards that I think work pretty well with it. And this time around, it's going to be a pretty fun card to work with, I think. So let's bring this baby up right over here. Here we go. I'm also going to put it into the video after this, because you guys won't ever see it go down. But we're going to open it for now. Here it is right here. Reconstruction Engine. It is a 3-cost yellow support with 5 uses. Upon activation, you will give a friendly creature -1/-1, so you will be wounding your own friendly creature, but your reward for that will be summoning a 1/1 reconstructed spider. And I did try and get some confirmation with Solid Age that the reconstructed spider you summon will be a Dwemer. So that's where the benefit, I think, comes in for this card. I think this is going to be a card that's... for most players, I don't think it's going to be a super good card, but I do think in the right deck and with a skilled hand, I think this card is going to be a very high power level. You can't just throw this into any yellow deck and have it work well, but I think with a little bit of tweaking to what most people have been running for normal support mage, with a little bit of tweaking, I think that this card can fit into that, maybe even like a Dwemer support mage now, Dwemer control support mage kind of thing. Because if you have, let's say, for example, I'm just going to spitball some stuff out here. If you got up this with Halls, now every single reconstructed spider you spawn is going to be a 4/1 with Halls. So you have kind of a never-ending Dwemer generation engine, especially if you pair it with the Tower Alchemist and the 3/5, where is she? The Cauldron Keeper. The Cauldron Keeper. If you pair those two together, you'll have almost never-ending Dwemer. You'll be generating 2 per turn, 2 4/1s. Obviously, you have to wound the other creature, so you're leaving yourself susceptible to finish-offs and leaf lurkers and stuff like that. But I think it's a risk that's kind of worthwhile to take, especially if you, for example, somehow, and again, this is pretty complicated to turn off, so it's going to take a skilled player and the right matchup. But let's say you had the Halls, you had the Reconstruction Engine up, and you had a Divine Fervor up. You can then wound the tokens you're generating to generate more tokens. Or you can use health buff effects, things, even something as simple as the Cleric of Kine, that buffs you with 2 health. That's 2 generations of tokens. And yellow has a bunch of different ways to get your health up, or a bunch of fat creatures, I should say. So pairing those two together definitely gives you the opportunity to kind of continuously spawn Dwemer. And it being so much cheaper than Wolf Cage, and I know the wolves need some synergy together, but I think the 3 cost of the Reconstruction Engine can make possibly a replacement for Wolf Cage in some of the support mage decks, like I said, especially if they kind of retool their lists a little bit to be more Dwemer focused. As we take a look at some of the Dwemer options, we haven't seen many new ones yet, but even, like, let's say you had 3 of these things on the board. With Halls, obviously there's 3 3s, but these Dwarven Spiders, there's a lot of Dwemer that generate these guys. You can be turning these guys into 3 tokens per Dwarven Spider. 3 4/1s could potentially be better than 1 3/3, depending on the situation, obviously. Or you don't even have to fully kill him. You could just take 2, and he's a 3/1 now with Guard. And you got 2 more 4/1s from it. Let's sort this by Dwemer, actually. But there's so many, like, I think this is kind of a piece that I don't think most people knew that Dwemer were missing, but I think it could be something that pushes it that much towards viability as its own deck, which I think many people were expecting to have happen in this expansion. So Spider Worker, you can have it draw a card and then go ahead and kill it to generate a 4/1 instead of a 3/1, which, again, I mean, is it that much of an improvement? Not necessarily, but it's there. Then you have things like, where is he? think there's one. Do I not have it? Obviously, there's Mechanical Ally. I thought there was one. There we go. Dwarven Centaurian. I just don't have one yet. Whenever he takes damage, you put an 03, one of those Dwarven Spiders from before, into your hand. So you could literally just have this guy keep taking damage, and then use those spiders that you're generating to keep generating tokens. So there's some pretty nuts combos, I think, that can be pulled off, especially if you have halls up, but mostly with the Centaurian and some of these cheaper Dwemer. Other applications for this card, you could maybe make an argument for some sort of token list, since you're having these token generation here. But I don't see many situations where you would want to run Reconstruction Engine instead of something like, let's say, was it Imperial Might? I don't think there's going to be many situations where you're going to run Imperial Might, or you're going to run Reconstruction Engine over Imperial Might in a normal token list. Like I said, I think this is going to be much more of a application towards token synergy, or Dwemer synergy, I mean. And especially having cards, especially in yellow, where there is the card that can tutor out, the Daggerrot Mystic, can pull out the supports from your deck. I think having Reconstruction Engine be a yellow card matching with Daggerrot Mystic really leads into a lot of the support synergy that already existed there. So it's kind of becoming almost like an alternative identity for the class. And like I said, there's definitely going to be some sort of yellow-based support deck, probably Mage because of the control options that are available in these two colors that work in some Dwemer magic, and I can't wait to see the games that come up from that. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to open that. I went to open the card back up. But yeah, I'm really excited for this card. I know it's probably not going to be a card that I'm going to be super good with off the bat, just because it doesn't quite match my playstyle. So it's going to be a card, like I said, most players aren't going to be able to just slap the card in the deck and play well. It's a card that you have to kind of think about how you're playing it and kind of move from there. And like I said, I think the best use of it is probably going to be some kind of support mage. But I'm curious what you guys are thinking of other practical uses for the card, how you're planning on using it. Leave those down below in the comment section or on the subreddit post that'll be linked to this video. Anywhere, I'm curious. You guys, a lot of you guys are way better at this game than I am, so I'm curious to see how the general populace is planning on using this card. Like I said, on first glance, it looks to be kind of underwhelming, and in most decks it will not fit. But I definitely think that it's a high skill cap card that some of the best players in the game will be able to probably make incredible use out of in certain lists. But that's going to be it for now, guys. Like I said, Return to Clockwork City launches November 30th. So we're coming up very closely on the expansion date. I'm super excited to see both Reconstruction Engine in action, as well as all the other cards we've seen so far and some of the story action take place. But that's going to be it for now for me, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm Dragon Tamer Blade, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.